Nestled between the arid desert lands in the north and the lush tropical forests in the south, Senegal boasts a stunning array of sights, sounds, and flavors. Our adventure begins when we land in the capital city of Dakar. Located on the Atlantic coast, Dakar is the transportation hub for all of West Africa and has endless opportunity for exploration. Our beachside hotel will provide the ideal jump-off point to explore the thriving markets, mosques, art festivals, and theaters that make Dakar so dynamic. We will sample the culinary delights of local specialities and practice our French on a daily basis as we navigate and explore this enormous city. We'll make time for drumming lessons, Pular language instruction, and have the privileged opportunity to meet with U.S. government and Peace Corps officials who will give us a broad introduction into Senegalese culture and history.
It's a great opportunity to expose young people from the United States to entirely different cultures, have an adventure, and to also provide some services to the communities that they're visiting.
Our time in the capital will be accentuated by a visit to the infamous Gorée Island, the departure point for millions of Africans during the 3 centuries of slave trade. We will visit the quarters where captives were housed and learn and reflect on the history of the island with our local guides. Despite its grim history, today's Gorée is brought to life by its French colonial architecture, friendly residents, local artists, and packs of school children who visit the island daily. It's time to go on safari. Bandia National Park is one of Senegal's preferred national parks and home to rhinos, giraffes, elk, chimpanzees, antelope, and a wide variety of reptiles and birds. We're going to spend time exploring the park by jeep and with our fingers crossed to see as many rare animals as possible. This may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see these majestic animals up close, and it's something you'll always remember. The lazy town of Mbour lies just a few hours south of the capital and provides the perfect setting to relax on some of the most beautiful beaches and pristine coastline in all of West Africa. From the comforts of our luxurious lodging, students can swim in the Atlantic, read in the shade of the swaying palm trees, or explore the coastal culture, all while enjoying a little slice of paradise. The focus of our time in Senegal will be spent in Dindéfelo, a small, friendly, and rural community in the lush hills of southeastern Senegal. This village of 1,000 people is your chance to experience rural African life in one of the most idyllic settings possible. During your stay, you'll be immersed in the culture and language of Senegal by living with some of the most caring and warm-hearted families in a part of the country rarely visited by tourists.
I was really excited to come to Senegal, and I was also really nervous about the language barrier and about not being able to foster a good relationship with my family.
I didn't know the family. I had never talked to them before. I wasn't sure if it was going to be safe. I wasn't sure if I was going to get along with them. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to communicate. I wasn't sure if they would like me or what would happen.
By the end of the first day, I was having an awesome time, and we were dancing, and we couldn't speak to each other, and we couldn't communicate very well, but there was a lot of love, and it's been a really great experience.
The nervousness, I definitely ramped up a lot more than I should have, because it wasn't as nerve-wracking at all.
What I will always cherish and talk about mostly is my family in Dindéfelo, because I don't know, like there's something about the atmosphere and the way they treated you. Like you could tell that even though you're only with them for 12 days, like they really do love you, and like you learn to love them too.
J'étais peur parce que je ne parlais pas la langue. Maintenant je suis bien avec elle, on parle la langue, on discute ensemble, on échange des idées, surtout.
C'est quelque chose comme c'est quelque chose de mystique. C'est la première fois de vivre avec un élève comme ça pendant 10 jours, 11 jours à la maison. Vraiment, ça c'est un grand plaisir pour la population, pour ma population.
One of the more frequent questions we get is what the host family situation will be like, so we thought we'd give you an example. Here you have a traditional Senegalese home. On my right you have a family house where the majority of the family members will stay. Behind me is a common area where we all get together to share meals. And there will also be some secondary huts where cooking is done and also where guests, and likely yourself, will stay. Let's go check it out. So the first place I thought I'd show you is the cooking hut. This is where your host mother will be slicing, dicing, and making up the delicious meals that you'll enjoy here in Dien de Fellow. Come on in. So here we are in a traditional Senegalese cooking hut. Typically there's a wood-burning fire where your host mother, my host mother Nene, will be making the different sauces and rices and couscous that we enjoy here at our host day. As you can see, she's finished cooking, so that probably means lunch is on the table. So before I ate lunch, I thought I would show you guys my living quarters. Come on in. So here we are in my room. I got a bed, got a mosquito net so I don't have to worry about bugs, and that's pretty much it. Sweet and simple. You won't be spending much time in here. You'll likely be out in the fields with your group working, spending time with your family, but this place will be home during the nights, and although it doesn't look like much, it's actually really comfortable. And this is likely to be a typical eating situation with your host family. Everybody shares one bowl. Sometimes there's a spoon, sometimes there's not, but it's always delicious.
Due to our unique partnership with Peace Corps, Walking Tree has special access to the community of Dien de Fellow. Here, our time will be dedicated to working alongside Peace Corps volunteers as we lend a hand to invaluable reforestation efforts, malaria prevention campaigns, and many other important projects. In addition to the near 60 hours of valuable service work, we'll take advantage of our unique placement to study local cuisine, drumming, dancing, the French language, and local dialects. When we're not working, we can venture to the outskirts of the village, where we'll hike to Senegal's tallest waterfall and trek to the rocky peaks that loom above Dien de Fellow. Here you can explore the enormous caves, bathe in refreshing lagoons, and even get the chance to visit the smaller, more remote villages in the area. If you've always wanted to go to Africa, improve your French, experience a culture vastly different to your own, work on critical community service projects, see wild animals, play African drums, relax on beautiful white sand beaches, and have an adventure of a lifetime, start planning now.